Hello everybody, Tikkunei Zohar. We're going to continue from Tikkunei Zohar with Ma'alot HaSulam from Rav Brandwein, because we did a lot from Tikkunei Zohar with Matok Midvash. And the Seif, the place where we left off in Tikkunei Zohar of Ma'alot HaSulam, is in Seif Kaf Aleph in Tikkunei Zohar, with the Pirush on Seif, the end of the Pirush of Seif Kaf Aleph. But before that, of course, תפילה. ריבון העולמים ואדוני האדונים, אב הרחמים והסליחות, מודים אנחנו לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו לאהובתנו, בקידה ובשתחריה, שכפת לנו לתורתך, עבודתך עבודת הקודש, ונתת לנו חלק בסודות תורתך, אשר אמרנו בחיינו, אשר עשית ממנו, חסד גדול כזה, על כן אנחנו מפלים לחוננו לפניך, שתמחול, ותסלח לנו כל חטאותינו ואבותינו, ואל יהיו עוונותינו מבדילים בינינו ובינך, וכן יהי רצון לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ולא אהבתנו, שכוננו לבבנו לראתך לאהבתך, ולתקשיב לדברינו אלה, ותפתח לבבנו הערל בזאת תורתך ולמודנו זה נחת רוח לפני כזאת גדולתך כרך לכוח תציל לנו לאור מכל נשמתנו בכל פחדנו שנצאו לצאות עבדיך הקדושים של אדם קלית את דבריך אלה בעולם וזכותם וזכות עבודם וזכות עבודם וזכותם 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 לנו לבד להתקשר בדברים אלו ובזכותם תאיר עינינו במה שאנו לומדים כמאמר נעים זמרות ישראל גל עיניי והביט הנפלאות בתורתך כי אדוני ייתן חוכמה בפיו דעת אולי או רצון בפי כלומר לפניך אדוני צרוב וגואלי. And as Dari said before we studied Tikkunei Zohar, we meditate on these sequences, as we can see it. Those are the sequences to allow us to reveal the secret that God wants to reveal us through Tikkunei Zohar. If you don't have this book yet at your house, make sure you have one in your car, one in your house, to make sure it's blessed. So, I'm going now to Seif Kaf Aleph to verse 21. In the Tikkunei Zohar, we'll read it first in Aramית, and then we're going to go to Rav Brandwein. חסידים מסתרה דחסד דרגה דאברהם, והוקמה עליה אין חסיד אלא מתחסד עם קונו. דוד לכן דיוח אכסניה דלי ואין תשחדה די כן דילה, בית דילה, אחד דילה, מלון דילה. ורק הדשה יהיו יחודה ולאו מלון ואכסניה לכפו, מהו ברנש, תקין למגן דה היא מידת חסד לאברהם. We'll continue with the explanation of what does that mean, the nest of the bird. ביאור הדברים. כי מלכות נקראת שכינה. Malchut, we call the Malchut. Malchut is the lowest level in the Sfirot. We call it the Shechina. מבחינת הגילוי, שאינה מסתלקת מאיתנו אפילו בזמן שאנחנו רחוקים ממנה. What does that mean? Shechina never disappear even we far away. How can we be far away from the Shechina? How can we be far away from the female aspect of God? By us misbehaving every time that we are thinking about what we don't have, because we know there is two retzonot, two types of desire. There is desire, I don't have, that's what I want to take, which is coming from the Tumah. And there is desire, I want to have because I know how much the universe or God want to give. So it says like this, for that reason it says about the Israelites, wherever they went to exile, the Shekhinah went with them. And for that reason, we call the Eranpin, the one sphira above that, Shochen, dwelling, the one that dwell. Where is he dwelling? In the Shekhinah. Shekhinah is the female aspect of God, which is Malchut. And the Ze'er Anpin is Shochen betocha. The Ze'er Anpin is dwelling within the Shekhinah. Vanukva Shekhinah. So, the male aspect Shochen, the female aspect Shekhinah. וגילוי זה הוא רק בזמן היותו זעיר אנפין, זכר ונקבה פנים בפנים. But the only condition that Shekhinah and Ze'er Anpin can be together is when they are face to face. They cannot be achor be'achor. They cannot be back to back. For that reason, a lot of the spiritual thing we're doing has to do with how we bringing back face to face everything. והצדיקים, the righteous people, על ידי מעשים הטובים, when they do good doing, הגורמים לזיווג גדול זה, זוכים שאחת הזיווג תפשט עד לעולם הזה. והם נעשים למרכבה. So the righteous people are making sure by the good doing that they are nourishing us with what we call zivug, a connection that happens between Ze'er Anpin and Malchut, and we are meriting by they are doing the job, we have the nourishment from what they're doing, so we can receive. אליה, אשר הערת הזיווג שוכנת בהם, ואברהם, and that connection is dwelling on them, because every time you, me, righteous people are doing good doing, the good doing is not the good doing itself from a manners point of view that we're doing. We are actually activating a certain energy that's called Gilui Panim, revelation of the face, and through that, basically what happened, we're bringing mercy into the world. And you continue and explain to us, Rav Brandwein. ואברהם, for example, Avraham, הוא שורש החסד שבנשמות ישראל. Avraham revealed the chesed, revealed the mercy part of the נשמות of Israel, of the soul of the Israelite. כי הוא תיקן לשכינה של הבחינת בית קיבול לאור החסד. What did Avraham do? All what Avraham did, hospitality, taking care of people, being nice to people. That's Avraham aspect. Every person have a certain aspect where he worship God. But we have to be careful. When we host people in our house, are we care what they think about us? Or are we activating a concept of chesed, and through that we allowed God to be revealed? And that's what Avraham did. And because he did it for the sake of God, not for the sake of himself being recognized as a nice guy, he did it for the sake of that, he became bet kibul lechesed. He became a receiver or a container to be able to receive that light that's called chesed. וקבלת החסדים בעד כל נשמות ישראל בכל מילואן. And he received all the light of chesed for the whole soul of Israel for the rest of their life. Can you imagine? I mean, the whole light of chesed for the rest of the Israelite, Avraham contained it within that vessel, container, receiver force. וידוע שבדרך כלל, כלל השלמות מתחלקת לאי מדרגות נפש, שהוא הנשמה החיה היחידה. We know that everything is divided to 5 levels. נפש, רוח, נשמה, חיה ויחידה. This is the 5 levels of the miluim, 5 levels of the fulfillment of the light that's going inside the vessel. The vessel, we call it from the sphirot point of view, but when we talk about the miluim within the vessel, we call it נפש, רוח, נשמה, חיה, יחידה. המתלבשים באי כלים, כתר, חוכמה, בינה, תפארת מלכות, מטעם ערך ההפוך שיש בין כלים לאורות, מתלבש תחילה אור הנפש בכלי דקתר. But we know, we study it already in תלמוד 10 ספירות, that the lowest light going into the highest vessel first. Why? Try to think about gravity. That's a good way to explain it. Even it's not like that, but it's the best way to explain it like that. If you're pouring water into a cup, the water that touched the beginning of the cup cannot be captured, because the beginning of the cup is basically the edge, the top edge of the cup, but there is no limitation, boundaries, bottom there. So it has to hit the bottom and then go up all the way to the keter. Meaning, if the top of the cup is the keter, what is the first water that's getting in? The water that's supposed to go and touch the bottom of the cup, but it's going through keter. For that reason, what is the first light that's going into the vessel? The lowest light that belongs to Malchut. What is the light that belongs to Malchut? Nefesh. So the Nefesh going to Keter. Once Nefesh going down to Chokhmah, then Ruach going to Keter. Once Ruach going down to Chokhmah, then Neshama going to Keter. Once Neshama going to Chokhmah, then Ruach, Chaya going to Keter. Once Chaya going to Chokhmah, then Yechida going to Keter, and then all those light matching where they belong. So there is 5 type of light, 5 type of vessel. That's how it works. וכשבא אור הרוח יורד אור הנפש לכלי החוכמה, ואור הרוח מתלבש בכתר. וכן בבוא אור הנשמה יורד אור הנפש לכלי הבינה, רוח לחוכמה, אור הנשמה נכנס לכתר. So everything is going like pushing down. ועל כן תמיד אנחנו יכולים להקלים ממעלה למטה. כתר, חוכמה, בינה, תפארת מלכות, מתחילים בכתר עד מלכות לבסוף. ובאורות מתחילים ממטה למעלה. The reason we're calling the fulfillment of the vessel from below, we call it Naran Chai, meaning Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechida, because the lights that been going into the vessel are starting from the lowest one. And from the vessel's point of view, we call it Keter, Chokmah, Bina, because the active one first is the Keter. ועל כן רוח ואור היחידה הוא האחרון, כי כן סדר בידם של האורות שהתחתונים נכנסים בתחילה וכלים העליונים מקבלים בתחילה. First the lower light going in, and then the upper light, which is יחידה. וזה אומר, חסידים מסתרא דחסד, דרגא דאברהם, כי אברהם תיקן את השכינה הקדושה לבחינת כלי ובית קיבול לאור החסד בכל אי המדרגות. So what did Avraham did by behaving with chesed, by behaving with mercy, is he makes sure that he is becoming kli kibul, meaning a vessel, a container, to receive all the light of chesed that needed. וזה אומר, ודע שכינה דיוקין כלי, שהוא אור הנפש בכלי דקתר. And when we talk about the nest of the bird that we talk about in the last few times, we are meaning that the kli deketer receiving first the or הנפש, the small amount of light. והרת הנפש נקרא כן, and that light of נפש, which is the smallest light, teach us Rav Brandwein, we call it ken, meaning nest of the bird. She ahara leprakim besod ketzipor noded mikane. And we know the nefesh is not there to stay. If the nefesh is not there to stay, it's like a bird is not there to stay in a nest. It's only for the eggs and the chicks and the birds. And then the birds leaving the nest. So from here we learn that vessel that look like vessel, container or nest as we're calling it, is very similar to what happened in the spiritual world. Meaning the aharat nefesh, this light called nefesh, is only momentarily, and then it's going forward to ruach. And then if you do more, you are drawing another type of light, ruach. So the ruach now going into keter, and nefesh going down to chokhmah. As it's written, with wisdom you will build the house. And then or הנשמה going to keter, or הרוח going to חוכמה, or הנפש going to בינה. ואז המלכות נקראת היכל, בסוד היכל השם. כי אין המלך נמצא אלא בהיכלו, ורואה פני המלך שם הם. And then once the נשמה going into keter, which we know already, the יחידה, חיה, and נשמה, already belong to גימל הראשונות, already belong to the upper three ספירות, which are keter, חוכמה, בינה. And we call it Echal already. Echal means chamber. Echal Hashem. Echal Hashem. That's why when somebody get married, the wife called Kala. Akala, from the word Echal. Akol. So it say here, Echal besod Echal Hashem, ki en hamelech nimtza be'ela be'echalo. The king can only be in his chamber. And the people who want to see the king has to visit him in his chamber. Then you draw the אור החיה. In our time, in the 6,000 years from beginning of creation till now, which we are now in 5,770, what are we now? Ayin Tet, 79. So we have about 200 years until the end. We have אור החיה לא מאיר בקביעות. The light of חיה, the light of the fourth level of the light, not shining קביעות. Trying to understand the word קבוע. Consistent, yeah. It doesn't light consistent, like other light, because the consistency of the light is only from nefesh, ruach, neshama. When it comes to chaya, זה לא קבוע. It's not stable, it doesn't stay there. רק בשבתות ועת רצון. The light of chaya only revealed in שבתות or time of עת רצון, עת רצון, for example, מנחה of שבת, אוקיי? ולכן אומר מלון דילה, שלא מאיר בקביעות כדרך בית והיכל. So it's not shining like it is your own house, which means it's there to stay. It's shining like hotel. What is hotel? Why use the word malon? Hotel means malon. Because in hotel, what are you doing in hotel? You bring your luggage, you bring your stuff, but you're not there to stay. That's the same like אור החיה. ואחר כך זכה לאור היחידה. Then אור היחידה, שהוא סוד ארץ הקודש, בסוד הכתוב נתתי לך וגומר את ארץ מגוריך, ואחר כך תשעה יהיו יחודה וביתה. So, the אור היחידה that will be revealed when the Messiah will come, when everything will be over the problem, בילה מוות לנצח, building of the temple, immortality. It's the land of Israel. What does that mean? היא יחודה וביתה, כי מלבד מעלתו של אור היחידה שהוא אור גדול ביותר, that light is the greatest light, יש עוד מעלה, כי בביאת אור היחידה, כל אור בא לכלי שלו. What happened when אור היחידה revealed? When אור היחידה revealed, all the other light come to the place. אור הנפש going to מלכות, אור הרוח going to זעיר אנפין, אור הנשמה going to בינה, אור החיה going to חוכמה, אור היחידה going to כתר. So when אור היחידה revealed, that means everything is perfect, it's said. אור היחידה בכתר וחיה בחוכמה וכו' וכו'. עד אור הנפש בכלי דמלכות. ואין להגריר לו חיה ויחידה אחר השיתוף במידת הדין, ומידת הרחמים בדין, הרי נסונים מקיפים ואינם נראים לתוך כלים, כי המדובר הוא בנרן דחיה ונרן דיחידה מרים, אפילו לפני גמר התיקון. So it's say, Rav Brandwein raised a question, we just say that חיה and יחידה are only מקיפים, are only surrounding, meaning they're not מתלבשים, they're not yet inside the vessel. So how can you tell me that they're actually מאירים? So he write that מדובר בנרן נפש רוח נשמה דחיה, ונרן דיחידה המאירים אפילו לבדה. So we are not talking about חיה in יחידה in general, we are talking about נפש רוח נשמה of the חיה, and נפש רוח נשמה of יחידה. So it's a subdivision of the חיה in יחידה. It's not the all חיה יחידה that they are shining before the end of the תיקון. לפי שאברהם תיקן את השכינה, because אברהם fixed את השכינה, לבלי שום אפשרות של פגם לאור החסדים, and it didn't damage at all the light of mercy, היינו שאלה אותה לבחינת השפעת נחת רוח ליוצרו, יוצרנו להתברך לא לקבל לעצמנו כלום. He was able to do good thing with doing, with mitzvot, with everything, without thinking about what he can get from it. When a person do it without any establishment of what he can get from it, what happened? What happened in that moment? He revealed the whole capacity of that light. Because the creator, the divine, the atzmuto, the essence of the creator of God is all about giving. There is endless amount of giving. And because there is endless amount of giving, when you want to do giving, your giving should be absolutely clear, but not because you're nice. Because if you do it because you're nice, you're receiving again. So even the giving itself has to do for the sake of sharing the creator, for the sake of sharing God with the world. And when you have that in you, it's called לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. כי זוהי המידה והבית קיבול לאור החסד. כמו שאמרו במסכת אבות, האומר שלי שלך, ושלך שלך חסיד. So it say in פרקי אבות, in the Mishnah of פרקי אבות, if you say, mine is yours, and yours is yours, we call that person a chassid. Not chassid with a black streimel. I'm talking about chassid as a kind guy, kind person, or kind woman. שאינו רוצה להנאת עצמו כלום. A person who doesn't want for himself nothing. לכן אומר, ולאו מלון ואכסניה, כי כל הצמצומים וכל אחיזת סטרה, או רק מבחינת קבלה לעצמו. And for that reason, it called himself a motel or hotel. Because everything that he does, everything that he contracts, everything that he restricts, is not for himself even, it's only for the sake of sharing. Only for the sake of sharing. And when a person do that, the sitra achra, which means the dark side, the angel of death, the problem, the snake, cannot touch that. The only place that the negative force can touch you is when you start thinking about yourself. Every time you're thinking about yourself, you feel the pain. Every time you think about yourself, you feel the missing, you feel what lacking, no money, no problem. When you complain, usually when you're busy with yourself. In the moment you're not busy with yourself, how can you complain? So what happened after you complain? What happened after you complain? What really happened after you complain? You just get a justification for your complaint. You happen to be right. Whatever you complain about, the next thing that's going to happen, it's going to become a reality. Your complaint just become a reality. Why? Because after you complain, what end up happening? Now you are in the level of the klipa. You are in the level of the sitracha. You are at the level of the dark side. So now the dark side working with you. It become your partner. When the dark side become your partner, it show you what more missing. But, so for that reason, because you're busy with yourself. What if you're right about your complaint? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have a chance to see your life is perfect, your life is good. You know, or your life is bad. It's your choice. How is your life right now when you're listening to this talk? How is your life? You know? How is your life? You know, I meet with my job people in hospital, people with pain, people who broke their leg, all kind of issues. And when you think about those people, sometimes the pain humiliate them so bad that they become appreciating of everything else. And sometimes the pain causing them to become more complainer. Ask yourself, what type of person are you? If things not working for you, are you complaining? Or you say, this pain humiliate me in such a level that now I appreciate all the good things that I have? Choose. ואברהם הסיר בזה כל חלאת הקליפות והסטרה אחת. Abraham was able to remove all the קליפות, חלאת הקליפות. חלאת is the disgusting part of the קליפה. והסטרה אחת ונתקנה השכינה בתכלית הטהרה. And he was able to fix the שכינה absolutely perfect. ובגין דה יהיב להיות מרכבה אל מידת החסד אברהם. For that reason God gave him to become the מרכבה, to become the chariot of חסד. For that reason in Sukkot we say, הזמין לסעודתי ושפיזי אלוהי אברהם. We call Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, David. We call them because those 7 people were able to change their being, to change who they are, for the sake of creating a chamber for the Shekhinah to dwell on them. For that reason, it became a chamber for Chesed. I'm continuing verse 22. גיבורים מסתרא דגבורא דאבין תוקפא למראה לכבוש עבד תחת רבו, ושפחת תחת כריתה, וקשורת לתפילין. דברת לי תפילין בשעת קריאת שמע, משרד אלי שליט עבד, ושפחה על עלמה ובאיש אתה רגזה שכינה דאוד החתית תחת עבד כמלוך, ושפחה כתרש גברתה. גיבורים מצד ספירת גבורה. Now, if we want to understand the chamber of גבורה, need גיבורים. גיבורים mean strong people, powerful people, brave people. They're coming from גבורה. שנותנים תוקף לאדונם לכבוש עבד תחת אדונו. That they give enough power to their master to make sure the servant go below his master. We know one of the worst things that create earthquake, one of the worst things that create problem in the world is when the Eved olech tachat me'al rabo. When the slave start to act like he's above his owner. So there is a lot of attitude, a lot of ego. But when the Eved go back to his place, when the servant going under his master, then everything else work. V'shivcha tachat gvirta. The same thing for the maid. For the female maid, when she thinks she's better than the owner, then that's cause problem. בקשר של תפילין. How do we do that? By putting תפילין. Kind of weird. Is תפילין make all of that? כי מי שאין לו תפילין בשעת קריאת שמע, מצלו שולטים העבד השכה על העולם. What's the purpose for a man to put תפילין? I know that in the Talmud there is one woman that put תפילין. The wife of Rabbi Meir Balanes, Bruria. If the women want to put תפילין, be my guest. Just let me know, we order תפילין for you. Anyway. מי שאין לו תפילין בשעת קריאת שמע, if you do קריאת שמע, and you don't put the תפילין, what happened to you? The עבד והשפחה, the servant female and the servant male, start to control the world. So when you put the tefillin, your purpose is to make sure that the negative forces, the servant, don't have ego to go above the owner. ובשעה היא השכינה מתרגזת זה שכתוב תחת עבד כי ימלוך ושפחה כתרש גברתה, and because of that the Shekhinah lose the power, because what is the Shekhinah? Is the queen, but the Shekhinah is in galut because of our doing. The Shekhinah is in exile. So right now the Shekhinah doesn't look like a real queen, she look like a servant, chas v'shalom, God forbid. For that reason, the Sephardim read Shir HaShirim on Friday. Why they read Shir HaShirim before Kabbalah Shabbat? They read Shir HaShirim because Shir HaShirim, the book of King Solomon, which is called Songs in English, it sounds like a love story, but it's about the Shekhinah. King Solomon wrote it about the Shekhinah. Why King Solomon? Because King Solomon in Hebrew it says Shlomo, Shalem. He was Shalem, he was complete. He was the only human being who was actually perfectly complete. For that reason, he died at age 52, which those of you who know Kabbalah, is the Milui of Malchut, Milui Ban. I cannot go into all the details, but just to understand why Boaz said to Ruth, Tiye maskoltcha shlema. For that reason, you know, the whole idea that King Solomon was born from Ruth, and Boaz said to Ruth, Tiye maskoltcha shlema, your reward will be complete, because he knew that she will be next to King Solomon until he come. So he continued and it say, פירוש כי בתיקונו של אברהם עוד לא נגמר בשבט הבריאה. When Abraham did the tikkun, when Abraham did all the tikkun, basically he didn't finish what he need to be doing from the thought of the creator. כי בשבט הבריאה הייתה בעיקר ליהנות ולהיטיב לנבראיו. The idea of the creator was only to do wonderful and good things for whatever he create. אשר מידת הנאה תלויה ושקולה בשיעור החשק וההשתוקקות. But if there is not awakening to desire to enjoy everything, then unfortunately there is no way to manifest all the goodness that the creator want to do. So for that reason, it was supposed to wait until there is a true desire from the receiver point of view. והשתוקקות לקבל אשר מידת גדולו ואחרי שכך מידת התענוג. לכן אחרי שתקנה השכינה רק בכלי של השפעה בלי לקבל משהו, רק להשפיע, הרי לא הגיע מזה שום תיקון למחשבת הבריאה. השורשית שהיא באה רק בגדלות אחרי שכך לקבל. So after Abraham fixed the whole secret of giving, and through that have an affinity with the Creator to do only good, immediately has to be awake a receiving force to receive all that goodness, which is midat gvura. We know that the tefillin you have to put on your left arm. Left arm is gvura, right arm is chesed. I know a lot of people lefty put it on the right. Because the Gemara, the Talmud says, Yasim Adam Tatfilin beyado ha'ke'ah. A person should put his tefillin on the arm, which is not so strong, ke'ah with kuf. But if you look at the Gemara say ke'ah with kaf. With kaf mean dark, and dark is related to the word gevura, which has to do with the left column. A lot of people don't know it, it's very sad. Only on the left arm, no matter what happened, only on the left arm. לכן צריכים למידת הגבורה שהוא סוד יצחק אשר תיקן את השכינה לבית קיבול באופן שתהיה לו גבורה לקבל כל השלמות הנרצה והכלואה במחשבת הבריאה. For that reason we need to be מתקן the גבורה that will be able to have a true desire for all the goodness that's supposed to come. והוא שעורר גם את החשק לקבל עמנו יתברך, אבל רק מבחינת קבלה על מנת להשפיע. But of course even that Kabbalah, even that receiving has to be from a point of receiving for the sake of sharing. Meaning what? I'm receiving only to give pleasure to the Creator to give. כלומר, אשר חושק מאוד לקבל רק מטעם שמשפיע ורוצה בכך, ולולא שהמשפיע היה רוצה כן, לא היה שום רצון של קבלה. So the only way you can actually receive with an idea that you are actually, I want to receive because I know how much the Creator want to give. For that reason, for that type of reason, it's okay to receive. But when the receiver is now receiving something not for the sake of giving pleasure to the Creator, that receiving already is coming from the dark side. ונודע שקבלה זו נחשבת להשפעה גמורה ממש. And that type of receiving is basically absolutely sharing. וצריכים לדעת שמה שאומרים באברהם קו ימין יצחק קו שמאל ויעקב קו אמצעי, אין פירוש שאברהם היה קו ימין לבד בלי קו שמאל ואמצע, וכן יצחק שמאל לבד בלי קו ימין וקו אמצע, כי זה לא ייתכן כלל במדרגת הקדושה, כי כל מדרגת הקדושה כל גיבל הקווים כלולים זה בזה תמיד. So when we say Avraham is chesed and Yitzchak is gvura and Yaakov is center column, it doesn't mean that Avraham was alone. It always, there is three column. Avraham was activating the right column, but always there is three column. כי כל גיבל הקווים כלולים זה בזה תמיד. ומדובר רק בשליטה של אברהם, הוא שליטת קו ימין וקו שמאל והאמצע לימבו. וכן יצחק, הוא שליטת קו השמאל וקו ימין והאמצע כלולים בו. כן יעקב, כולל בית הקווים ימין ושמאל בשליטת קו האמצע. So, each and every one of them was included three column, but we're just activating the right was Abraham, the left activated by Yitzchak, the center activated by Yaakov. What type of energy you activate today? Are you going to be more chesed and work on your chesed? How can you give it no agenda? Are you going to receive because there is so much light to be giving? For that reason you're going to put your tefillin, so it will be restricting your wrong receiving and activating your right receiving? Or you're going to be like Yaakov, that you create the balance between the two columns by acting with rachamim, by acting with more kindness. והנה סוד קריאת שמע ותפילין הוא סוד אברהם ויצחק. So when we do Shema and we put the tefillin, it's the secret of Abraham and Isaac. כמבואר, וזה לשונו, רמ"ח תבין אנון בקריאת שמע. How many words there is in Shema? 248. והתאהבו מרחים ודאהבה. So when you have רמ"ח, okay, so you activate Abraham, which is Gimatria, רמ"ח, which is activating love. ובגין תיקנו הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. And for that reason, before you say Shema, you have the last blessing, say הבוחר בעמו, ברוך אתה, הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה, the word love, and it's a chamber of love, those of you know Kabbalah. נו כללים באברהם, דתמר בזרע אברהם אוהבי, because Abraham was awakening the love of the Creator, the love of one person to another, because when you do chesed, when you don't complain how much you're going to receive, you start loving. The reason people don't love each other, it's not because somebody has issue with the other person, no, because there is not enough giving without agenda. When you do giving with agenda, you're not going to love people. The reason you can't love yourself or love other people, because within your giving, there is no yet a giving with no agenda. That's a secret, by the way. Tefillin, אינון אז דהתייבו ביראה דהי לשמאלה, דה פחד יצחק, כל בכלל יצלקנים מדווה, כל דינין. Tefillin, it's a different reason. When you put tefillin and you're activating the gvura, which means receiving for the sake of sharing, you are removing all the judgment that is on your head. You're removing all the negativity that might happen. What is the negativity? You start thinking about yourself and complain all day long. That's the left column. The wrong left column. But the pure left column is when you are receiving because you know how much the Creator want to give you. ובגינדה בזרוע וזאת דת תפילין, יא, ביראה, ובהי, באהבה. Tell us תיקוני הזוהר, tell us רב ברנדווין. זרוע וזו, when it say with the strength of his arm, is תפילין י"ק. י"ק, ביראה, ובהי, באהבה. There's two ways to worship God, one with יראה with respect, with an awe, and one with love. אהוד הכתיב, אהבו את השם כל חסידיו, love God, all the one with mercy. בעניין עבד ושפחה ורצונות הקבלה שלא לשמה. So what does it mean, a servant female and a servant male? It means when you are worship God not for the right reason, המשמשים את הקדושה מבחינת שבתוך שלא לשמה, בא לשמה מכניעים את הרצונות על ידי קשירת שמה וקשרות תפילין. Meaning when you are worship God with an agenda, what can I have, what can I receive, and all this and that by itself, unfortunately, is awakening the klipot, is awakening the wrong thing. In the moment that you are working yourself through the tefillin, through the shema, through doing a lot of good things, and you put the tefillin, then you are awakening your desire which happening for the wrong reason, to start working for the right reason. אשר הם נקראים אז, ועליהם נאמר, וראו כל עמי הארץ כשם נקרא עליך ויראו ממך. And that's why it say that when the Amei Aratzot, when the Amim, when the nation look at the person of the Israelite to put the tefillin, they will start to be afraid. But it doesn't talk about the nation of the world. It talk about the klipot. It talk about the negative forces. It talk about all the things that making you complain and becoming victim. All the forces that making you want to desire just more for yourself. Those forces will get scared because they see that you start working on your left column to change it. You are actually happy to have a desire, but this time you have the desire because you know how much the Creator want to give you. ובזה נעשה בית קיבול השכינה הקדושה להרת גר בסוד יוד ביראה. And by doing that, you are changing to become a receiver, a kibul, a container, a receiver, a vessel to receive the light of Gar, the light of the three sfirot, besod ya bi'ir'ah, which is coming from an awe or fear, that coming from yir'ah. וזה אומר גיבורים. Now you know what it means גיבורים, now you know what it means strong people and brave people. דאהבים תוקפה למרון, זה מידת הגבורה. Those people who are strong, who are tough, that they are capable to control their yetzer, to control their receiving force which come for the wrong reason. או פחד יצחק, that's why we say פחד יצחק, the fear of Isaac, לכבוד עבד תחת רבו, המכניע כל כוחו של קבלה, אשר יקבלו רק מפני אשר המשפיע רוצה בכך. And you are, take your receiving force and say, I don't want to receive nothing. I want to only receive because I know the Creator want to give me. So what happened? You wake up in the morning and you have all kind of desire. Those desires as a reason. Those desires as a direction. Why do you think God put the desire within you? Because God want to share with you a certain thing. So now the desire that you have within you is being awake, so you can draw that light from the Creator. So it's not that you want to receive because you don't have. You want to receive for very simple, just because you know how much the Creator want to give. And that's why you put the queen and the king in the place and remove the servant into the place. The servant mean the klipot. The servant mean the victimization. The servant mean that I want to receive because I don't have. בקישורת התפילין הנקראים עוז וכל החיצונים בורחים מפחד הרתן ויערו ממך, and all the חיצונים, all the external negative forces run away from you because they see that you're capable to overcome the gvura. They see that the desire that they start to inject into your brain, and they say just receive, receive, receive. You say I don't mind receive, but this time I'm going to receive for the sake of I know how much the Creator want to give. למען דלית תפילין משאיר את השכינה ריברת ו' קצוות, צריכה דלית שליט דבת שכם והעיז ועלתה הכזב ושכתה. למען שאינו מעלה מים נוקבים במצוות תפילין, הכינה את העבד שכם ביראה דהיה. And for that reason, the Shekhinah now going up into the next level because you are machnia at all the klipot, all the negative forces to go into the right places. I would like to continue more, but because of disturbing and time, we're going to stop now, and hopefully we'll continue next time. Thank you so much for listening.